some of them don't even know they need an image consultant or a stylist. Most of the people are used with the term stylist, but yet don't understand exactly what it implies, what it means. Because image consulting is like global. It's everything about the image, as it's in the name. So it's not only the way you dress, but it's also the way you behave, the way you appear, the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you sit, according to a certain objective you want to achieve. For example, some companies, for example, hire an image consultant to train their personnel when it comes to marketing, to communication for those service providing companies. They know they need their staff to be trained and to be convincing, to give the first impression. We work a lot on the first impression because that's that's what counts. When I see a person in the first 7 seconds, my mind unwillingly, without controlling it, the mind makes
a decision whether you want to continue talking to this person or not.
Or if you want to even talk to the person, if you want to have anything dealing with the person or not. So that's the mind which makes the first impression, that impression in the very few first seconds. That's might be unfair because the first impression sometimes might be wrong, but that's it. That's the reality. So you can work on the first impression to give yourself chances. If you want to sell something or if you want to achieve a certain objective. So then that's mainly the work on most of the image consultants.
What's the demand for this service like as a person in the industry?
I mean, as I told you, probably locally, people don't know yet. In a lot of services, they need that. So the most of the time, I'm working basically with like it's on the concept of styling. It's like people come and then they want to have a new outfit or in general change their wardrobe according to what, is it a new job, is it a new thing, is it a relationship they want to get. There might be different reasons, but then on the personal, they come personally to get something for them individually. So the most of the time, I'm the one explaining in details that they can get those kind of services because they don't know yet. They can get that. Then later, they are familiar with the concept of image consulting and styling.
And so then what does it take? What sort of investment does one need if I wanted to now get into image consulting services? What is it that I need?
So you mainly need the knowledge. You need to do a lot of research. You need to, sometimes you need to take courses, you need to, but it's very easy nowadays. You have internet for that. So you can learn a lot through a lot of research, even for anyone who might be wanting to do something similar. You just need to, it needs to be something you're passionate about because it's not like a job, like let me train for this job, like for low or something, and then I might go apply after the studies and then I get a job. It's something you're probably passionate about or it's something you love. But then you need to make a lot of research. You need to learn a lot from people who are already doing that. And then you need to be updated all the time to follow the trends, to know what, basically information, to get information and then to work on it and then to show your work on some platforms.
All right. And of course, we've mentioned about the issue of the demand, and I want to know from you, you know, you're dealing in a market where probably the celebrity status issue is not that of a fuss in this particular community. This is where a celebrity can, you know, move around on a motorcycle from one point to another without anybody making noise about it. So they don't really care. I mean, probably because the society is not that as harsh as in other communities. You have news anchors like me here who I can just come wearing whatever I want without anybody just criticizing or critically looking at what I'm doing. So how then do you create that demand for your services? What sort of trick? How do you break even in such a society?
So, as I told you, I'm not only image consultant. I'm not only doing styling. I'm also designing.
So you need to do diversify your portfolio.
Basically, yes. Yeah, I need to, because to pay my bills and everything, I need to make an income. So it's mostly in tailored, custom-made clothing. So I make everything custom-made, from suits to ceremony garments and gowns. And then along with that, actually, as I said, you have to find a way to portray your work, to put on a certain platform your work, and so that people can see, oh, this is something I can access, and this is a service I can get from this person, or this thing actually exists, and I can get a personalized consultation with a specialist in that, whether for my wedding or for my birthday party or anything, actually, and have a personalized service offered to you according to the image or to the whole concept in general. Yes. Right. So I'm combining all of that, not just because I have to. I also love designing, and I'm also into content creation. So it's all those things have similar common points, which is into designing and style. Yes.
And the biggest challenge here is what? That probably the same way there's a drive for specific things, policy-wise. What is it that probably you would want if you would be speaking on behalf of people who are dealing in this kind of a sector?
Most of the time, I'll say the skills, to get the skills. But then that can be, I'll say, through a lot of research, and then, but then also the infrastructures, the production infrastructures. We need a production system that can make it easier and affordable to produce and to put on a market, on a global market in general. Right. Because most of our things are expensive for no reason. It's not like it's the highest quality, high end. It could be high end, but that makes it even more expensive. So we need those structures, those infrastructures, those settings.
That will cut down your production costs.
Exactly. What are the whole training of the people in the manufacture industry? Are there like the system, the equipment? All of that, and the supplying of the raw materials. All of them will make the business go on a higher position and then be able to compete with the outside. But I think mainly we do need skills. We do need skilled fashion designers, skilled system production